it wasn't until I think it was later in high school where so I played football in high school as well. It was funny though because the school that I was in, we were a Division I school, but we were like second from the bottom. Right. And so, but being on the football team gave you some notoriety within the school.
Of course.
But the thing is, even within the football team, you still had your own kind of cliques. And I remember I got into it with one of the Korean kids. And now apparently this Korean kid knew a little bit of judo and grappling, and we're kind of going back and forth, and the dude literally puts me on my back. And I'm like, what happened here, right? And so later I'm talking to Sensei. I'm like, yo, this happened. Like, I'm not sure, like what could have happened here. And he's like, yeah, you know what? We're going to be covering grappling soon. So, like, because of the advancement within the curriculum, you didn't get into grappling until you were like a brown belt. And that was like year 6 within your training. So,
okay.
So once we got into the grappling part, I just kind of fell in love with it. Because for me, it was almost like it nullified the necessity to hit people, right? And at the same time, I felt like
beautiful. I think that's so beautiful.
Yeah. And not only did it do that, but at the same time, I felt like I was a lot more safe from being hit as well because of the whole idea of distance management and whatnot. So, and so that's part of it. Now what's interesting though is like, when I went to college, there was a couple of guys who did jiu-jitsu, and that's when I became familiar with, in fact, my first run-in with jiu-jitsu was when I went to, I was taking a seminar in California, in LA. And, after the seminar, the seminar was taking place at I think it was at UCLA. And then after the seminar, there's a bunch of guys that are rolling in the grass. And I'm like, oh, they're grappling, right? And the two of them are going, and one guy is in mount, and he's and I'm like, yo, like, do the shoulder lock, put your hands like this and whatnot. And the guy's like, jiu-jitsu? I'm like, I don't know what that is, but but this is a shoulder lock, and this is a chicken wing, and this is how you get on top of the guy.
Right.
And so it's like, yo, that's jiu-jitsu. I'm like, no, man, this is karate. And so yeah. So again, like for me, like I was just ignorant to the art. I just knew what I knew. But then later when I went to college, I was rolling with some guys, and they introduced me to what jiu-jitsu is like an art. And I'm like, oh, okay, right. So it's like, it's a form of grappling. Okay. And, but the thing that always struck me was that whenever I would roll with somebody who did jiu-jitsu purely, if they were a blue belt or higher, I'd always get submitted. Right. And so, and partly because within the school that I was training, we did grappling, but we were allowed to do a little bit of striking, right? Like, how do you get somebody to open the guard? You hit them a few times a little bit, right? And the guard loosens up.
That's how I pass.
Right? And so like once you can't hit the person, I'm like, oh, what do I do?